We're drying out, but don't put your guard down. We still have chances for rain. I'm tracking the storms and what they could mean for our flooded city.
And destruction exposed as water recedes. Our cameras capture a sobering look at the most damaged areas, plus surviving the storm.
When you heard it, it was frightening, you know.
The incredible stories of people weathering the worst. New at 10, Hays County is releasing the names of the people missing from the weekend floods. Take a look at your screen. The sheriff's office is asking anyone with information on any of these victims to come forward as soon as possible. Now among the missing are 3 children. William Charba and Andrew McComb are only 6 years old, and Leighton McComb is 4. Hearts are breaking tonight, and now an update on the devastating flooding situation around central Texas as the search continues. Officials are now confirming 5 people are dead. 1 of them was found in northeast Travis County, another in Williamson County, 1 in Caldwell, and 2 of them were in Hays County. Hays County officials now say 11 people are still missing. That's different from the 13 people they announced earlier today. They say they found 2 people who were landlocked, and today President Barack Obama has declared Texas a disaster area. A look inside the devastation caused by the Memorial Day flooding in Wimberley. Today, our cameras were escorted into the hardest hit areas as people tried to pick up what's left. KITV's Lydia Pantazis was a witness and gives us an inside look at the hardest hit areas.
This is pretty much what every home in this area looks like, a pile of debris located right near the road. And the mood is very emotional. At times you see people start crying as they're rummaging through their items. Most people here lost everything. A devastated community starts to clean up the mess left behind by the raging Blanco River. The rapid waters left homes here on Flight Acres Road in Wimberley in a pile of debris.
If I'd have waited 2 more minutes, I wouldn't have gotten out. And then we come back over Sunday morning and this is what we find. I've never seen anything like it.
Rhonda Rodriguez left with only essential items.
I took a few clothes. I took my Bible, my laptop, and my important documents. And that's it. Tried to get my cat, but I couldn't get her to go with me. And so she was in the house when all this happened.
Her family now helps her salvage anything they can.
There's some items down there that we have found that I think are yours, but I'm not positive. It kills me. It hurts bad knowing that everything she had was in that house.
It's not looking too good. There's family pictures from generations back that she can't find, and a lot of personal belongings that meant a lot to her.
Down the road, cars still submerged in the Blanco River and clothing trapped in trees. A reminder of just how high the water rose. While people here struggle to find their items, they're also helping their neighbors.
Everybody's kind of just putting everything that they find that's not theirs out in a pile, kind of like we've got, so that other people that are looking for their stuff can find it.
Police are restricting who can come back into this area. At the entrance to this street are 2 patrol cars that are there to make sure residents are the only ones coming back here, and law enforcement. They want to prevent looting. Reporting in Wimberley, I'm Lydia Pantazis, KITV News.
Tonight we've been tracking the threat for more severe storms. Will they reach us overnight? Here's Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Chicago.
And Walt, I've got some really good news. Just a couple of minutes ago, the severe thunderstorm watch that had been in effect just to our west has been allowed to expire. We've been watching all evening long, severe storms up to our north, also some threatening storms to our south and west, and now it appears, at least for now, that we may have survived the worst in terms of any severe storm potential. That said, here's Future Track taking you toward midnight. It may still be a stray shower working toward the area. Then couldn't rule out maybe a couple of pop-up showers or isolated thunderstorms as we head through the overnight. But what at one point had looked kind of ominous at this point is not looking too bad. In fact, Future Track is actually overdoing the rain chances for tomorrow. So I think we're going to make it through the night without having to worry about any additional flooding, which is a really good thing. Temperatures right now still 80 muggy degrees. We're going to keep in those temperatures all the way only into the 70s for your overnight lows. Ahead at 10, tornado surveys are in. I'll let you know where we stand, more rain chances, and how much more rain you can plan for.
Developing now, 2 bodies found after being swept away by the floods. One was found in Georgetown, the other in northeast Travis County. As KITV's Lindsay Littman shows us tonight, the place where the person in Georgetown was found is a popular cut-through for people coming into town.
It was thundering, lightning, going crazy. C.D. Sumner sees a lot from his front porch. Last week, he saw the water rising at the nearby creek on County Road 143.
The water was over the rail down there. So I got on the phone calling in the dispatcher to 911 to get out here and get some barricades up.
He says the county didn't respond soon enough.
And all of a sudden I see this car come flying off the hill, and there it went off into the creek. And I called them, told them, I said, hey, you done got a lady up against the guardrail out here. I think you need some barricades.
The county confirms barricades went up after that incident Thursday morning. When the water receded, the barricades came down and then went back up on Monday. It isn't known when the man who died in this creek crossed the road. Today, the water is only at a trickle, serene even, just a place for cows to cool off. But the Williamson County Public Information Officer urges people to stay alert.
You could look and think it's not that deep, but there could be a very large hole that's underneath that water.
Like this one on County Road 193. The county has 4,000 culverts under its care. Watson doesn't have specific information on Sumner's calls, but she says don't assume the county knows about a flooded area right away, or even that it's safe to cross if there isn't a barricade.
If it's raining heavily when they head out, they need to be extra cautious.
That was Lindsay Lippman reporting. In northeast Travis County, another body was found near Lake Pflugerville. We know that just before midnight yesterday, a car was trying to make it across a low water crossing on Jesse Bowles Drive, but the creek was way out of its banks and covered the road. The car was swept downstream with 3 people inside. Only 2 people were able to get out. A dive team found the third person's body around noon today, still stuck inside the truck.
It was just a solid sea. It was just solid water. You couldn't see anything except the tank dam and the trees. That's all you could see.
The victim still has not been released tonight. Shoal Creek back in its banks tonight after floodwaters engulfed downtown. The city of Austin hasn't seen a water-related disaster of this magnitude in 34 years. KITV's Melanie Torrey joins us live with an update on the cleanup and the recovery. No?
Yeah, let's take a look at how the city fared against the flood. Austin Travis County EMS answered 29 water-related emergencies. Austin Fire Department responded to 187. Austin Energy reported 147 down wires, and CODIS inspected more than 80 properties for structural damage. The good news, no fatalities or missing persons within the city, just a lot to clean up.
Muddy floors and dirty walls stain homes all along Shoal Creek. With help from strangers, it's out with the wet and soggy.
All these people are coming to help, and I don't even know what to tell them to do.
The creek is reclaimed, the tranquil trickle residents are used to. It's nothing like what they saw last night.
My daughter calls me, she's 8 years old, and she said, Mom, I heard Shoal Creek is flooding.
Susan Gamage raced home, but there was nothing she could do.
Our car was already underwater.
They lost a lot, including those small things that mean the most.
My daughter's artwork, photographs. She just asked for one thing to be saved, and that was her journal.
Her little diary that she's kept since she was 5 or 6, and she has drawn in it.
They found 8-year-old Avon's diary with drawings and notes still inside.
It's just kind of her feelings. And that's the one thing she asked. She said, please try to find my diary and save it. And so we did.
And Grandma made sure to preserve the pages.
And then I've been putting the plastic sheet so it doesn't stick together.
The house may be a mess, but this family's spirit is intact.
I think, losing stuff is nothing compared to losing life. So compared to a lot of people, I'm really blessed.
Many Austin parks and trails were also hit hard by the flood. You can call 311 to report damaged trees or limbs blocking roadways. There's also a ban on any use of Lady Bird Lake in city creeks through noon tomorrow. Melanie Torrey, KITV News.
She'll have a lot more to put in that diary. Thanks, Mel. And Bastrop County officials are getting ready for the Colorado River to reach a major flood stage. Emergency crews say slow and steady may be the pace, but there's no question the rising river will take along everything in its path. We're watching it closely. In Houston, police and fire crews are still searching for 3 people who have gone missing in the flooding. At least 4 people are dead after the relentless rain. Look at this. 2 victims were found inside cars, 2 others drowned in a bayou. Police say water is receding, but it's still not safe to drive through some areas. Happening right now, breaking news out of Manor. We know one person is dead after shooting on Johnson Road Trail. KITV's Lindsay Lippman is live out there right now with the latest. Lindsay, what do we know?
Well, this is a very active scene out here. There aren't very many lights in this part. It's just northeast of Manor, but you can see all of the sheriff's vehicles that are in a line behind me. This is a very large perimeter. The crime scene tape stretches in that direction for several hundred yards. And so what we know at this point is that one male suspect is in custody and one male victim passed away from a shooting that happened at a home here in this neighborhood. And this is just northeast, as I said, of Manor. It's off of 290 East and 973 to give people in the area sort of an idea. There are homes on property out here and quite a bit of property. So we don't know what may have sparked this shooting. We do know, though, from Travis County Sheriff's Office that the suspect may be related by marriage to the victim. And so we'll continue to track new details in this developing story. Reporting live in northeast Travis County, Lindsay Lippman, KITV News.
Lindsay, this has been a violent night. Also happening right now, homicide detectives are in southeast Austin at this moment, investigating the death of a child. This is on Wickersham Lane off of Old Torf. Police would not give out other details right now about when the death happened or the age of the child. Surviving a disaster.
It was frightening.
People in Wimberley recall the floods that changed not only the landscape of Central Texas, but also their lives.
220 for 150, hoist down.
And heart-stopping moments. New video showing a chopper rescue here in Austin.
And we're getting a bit of a break right now, but just wait till you hear how much this rain we've had recently has sent Lake Travis rising. Impressive details on the recovery ahead in your Storm Tracker 7.
Homes collapsed, cars tossed on their side, and pieces of lives strewn across yards in Hays County. Many people not only dealing with what they've lost, but what they've been through. Still, people in Wimberley are showing their spirits aren't broken tonight. One man talks about what he went through when he nearly lost his life in the flood.
It just makes you cry.
Gary Wellborn won't forget the sound of the rushing river.
When you heard it, it was frightening, you know. Like I said, like what people say about a tornado.
Before dawn Sunday, he says the flood happened quickly and unbelievably. Some houses were ripped right off of their foundation, leaving many trying to survive. Rescue workers are still searching for missing people.
We've lost one of our church members. He had one, he wasn't able to hold on tight on top of his house.
People here had children, and it just was real devastating and dangerous.
The raging river uprooted trees.
100-year-old cypress trees peeled like bananas.
Forever changing the landscape. The river view that brought so many here. But they say, unlike the lives lost, property can always be replaced or rebuilt. And help is on the way right now. The Central Texas Red Cross is coordinating an army of volunteers. We went to the command center tonight. So would you say this is the heartbeat of the operations right now?
Yeah, this is kind of the heartbeat. Y'all will check in with Marco.
This is a huge operation, and they say they are in desperate need of support to help hundreds of families devastated by the floods.
The need is large. We're still getting a handle on that. It's spread over numerous counties. There's many different kinds of disasters, from floods to tornadoes. So we're working every day in lots of places, and I've seen a lot of people who've really suffered.
So we are teaming up with the American Red Cross, and we're asking you to help our hard-hit neighbors. The KI Cares Red Cross fundraiser starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow, and any donation, big or small, will make a huge difference. Please help us. Help them. Also happening tomorrow, students in Wimberley ISD will miss another day of school. Smithville, Bastrop, and Elgin ISDs are scheduled for a 2-hour delay. Be sure to watch KITV Morning News for the latest on school delays, cancellations, and to help out with KI Cares and the American Red Cross.
Now, your Storm Tracker weather with Chief Storm Tracker meteorologist Chicago Windler.
Watching the Colorado and Bastrop, we're getting a little break though from the rain.
We are. I mean, today had the potential. I was telling everyone, low risk of rain. If it happens, it could be substantial. Fortunately, it hasn't happened. We're getting a little bit of time to rest. You know, that said, that gave the National Weather Service time to get out there and look at the damage from yesterday's storms. 2 more confirmed tornadoes since 6 o'clock. So here you go. We'll start with the first one, the Fredericksburg tornado. This was the earliest one that we had confirmed from yesterday. Just after about 12:33 is when this touched down just to the southeast of town. Actually, this was the Blanco County storm. Sorry, I didn't get the Fredericksburg image in there, but I would tell you that on Goman Lane in Fredericksburg, that storm was rated as an EF1 right here on the scale. As for the Blanco County storm, we had a couple of reports. One was near LBJ Ranch in the eastern section of Gillespie County. The other one was up toward Round Mountain to the north. National Weather Service actually found a tornado, a little bit of damage right here near Sandy, just west of Highway 281 in Blanco County. They rated it an EF0 on the ground from 104 to 109 yesterday. So that one was all the way at the bottom of the enhanced Fujita scale. Then Cedar Creek, we told you about this earlier at 5 and 6 o'clock. This one, unfortunately, one critically injured in this one west of Bastrop, an EF1 that touched down at 424. So again, we're back at this range. This one about 95-mile-per-hour storm. And then in Cameron in Milam County, initially it was just reported as wind damage. National Weather Service checked this one out, said no, it's an EF2 tornado. 1 person lost their life. 4 others injured. EF2 right in this range, 111 to 135 miles per hour. What a day between the flooding and the tornadoes. It was nice today to catch a breath. Outside right now, live look at our Hilton cam. Plan on another morning of patchy fog and low clouds, maybe a shower. Future Track is showing it. I'm not too sure if I'm going to buy into it. 80 degrees your current reading, so it's still very muggy outside. It's 81 in Llano. You hit 90 today, 79 in Bastrop, and 80 your current reading out toward LaGrange. Severe thunderstorm watch box has been lifted for the areas just to the north and west of us. There may be a shower that tries to develop, but the biggest thing is going to be the residual delays because of ATXfloods.com still showing numerous spots closed. Okay, it's been a record wet May. In fact, we've had 13 inches above normal. The old May record shattered, and we could add more in the next 7 days as well. Lake Travis, 65% full. Just in 657 is the level. Lake Buchanan, not too bad either, almost up to 991. And here's the big kicker. In the last 5 days, Lake Travis still rising up 22 feet. Overnight tonight, 73, maybe a stray shower. Tomorrow, 89, perhaps an isolated shower for the most part, not looking too bad. Future Track trying to form something overnight. I really don't know if this is necessarily going to materialize. I have a feeling tomorrow will be another day of break. And even though temperatures here are up into the low 90s, I'm not too sure we'll make it that warm. We will go for some upper 80s though. High temperature for tomorrow up to 89 degrees with a 20% chance of rain. 87 on Thursday. Better rain chances, 1 in 3 shot Friday, then a 40% shot Saturday and Sunday. Rain totals through the next 7 days, fortunately, look to be about an inch or less.
All right, thanks, Chicago. High in the sky. Cameras were rolling as crews rescued a tuber during the weekend floods here in Austin. I'll look at the video next. Caught on camera, here's a look from a Starflight rescue at the Barton Creek Greenbelt. This happened on Sunday. A tuber was rescued and hoisted onto a chopper during the early weekend flooding. Why you're tubing during flooding, I do not know, but that happened during the flooding. Starflight was dispatched for assistance 16 times. They had to make 2 hoist rescues. Everyone was okay.
There it is. It's sitting on the ground right now, David.
New video into our newsroom tonight from Weatherford, Oklahoma. It almost looks like Wicked Witch of the East or something coming down from the sky there. This confirmed tornado touched down late this evening, almost Oz-like. It developed from a storm that had barely produced drizzle just about a half hour before. So far, there have been no reports of damage in that area, but very eerie looking for sure.
Where's the Wicked Witch from?
East,
or the west?
I forget. It's Oz. Looks like Oz. Bob joins us now with sports. And if I would have said a month ago, Longhorns are going to prepare for regionals, you would have probably thought I was crazy.
We would have all said, well, they've either won 15 straight and
when they won the East or the West.
I think they're going to go north, up 35. We'll talk a little Texas baseball, plus the rain has forced the Austin Aztecs to come up with an alternate plan. How the local teams were affected by the flooding in your Clay Cooley Nissan Sports Report next.
Now, the Clay Cooley Nissan Sports Report.
How about the job of Garrett Redehace and the grounds crew of the Round Rock Express? The Dell Diamond was a bit watered down in that top picture, as you could tell, thanks to yesterday's rains. And in just a few hours, the crew had it back to reasonable. They played a doubleheader on it tonight. The Express split with the El Paso Chihuahuas. It's not that easy for the Austin Aztecs, unfortunately. The rains took a major toll on downtown last night, including the Aztecs' home field of House Park. The entire field underwater at one point, and upon re-entering today, the Aztecs tell us the field is not suitable for play. The good news is they have some time. They don't play at home again until June 20th, so they will explore other venues, including their practice site of Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex and their game spot for the ATX Pro Challenge earlier this year. Mike Myers on the UT campus. Not everyone understands the severity of the floods, and that includes 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. He uses the hashtag Storms Coming with his jersey number 7 as the S. Little cute pun there. Well, he decided to take a shot at Houston in an Instagram pic. Cap eventually deleted it and issued an apology, saying he didn't fully understand how many people in Houston are struggling. Social media, kids. Back in 2012, Texas had to win the Big 12 title to go to regionals. They quickly lost 2 games and were sent home for the summer. Facing the exact same predicament this year, they did the exact opposite of 2012. Why? Parker French says their true belief that they could actually do it.
We always believe in ourselves. That was what's crazy. I mean, we're a 500 team, and we still believe that we could do this because we have the pieces. We just needed to kind of put them together in the right puzzle.
It's a 4-team puzzle now. The Horns open regional play Friday against Oregon State with a pitching staff that showed up in a major way in Oklahoma City. Of course, the bats showed up too. It's all trending to good for the all-of-a-sudden confident Longhorns.
We've locked in. We know what we have to do. We know we trust each other. That was one of the big things, is that, you know, you can kind of start to lose trust, but I couldn't be more pumped about heading to Dallas, and I like our chances.
No one has had any more pain brought upon them than this group for a long time around here. The greater the suffering, the greater the joy.
He always has good one-liners, doesn't he? They will face an Oregon State team that finished second in the Pac-12, behind only UCLA. The Bruins, by the way, are the #1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. The Beavers will send out their ace against Texas because they realize how dangerous the Longhorns have become.
When you're playing Texas, probably not thinking, hey, we got this one sewed up, we'll go ahead and slide our #1 arm. So I know their pitching's great. I know they're in their home state, and I know, they got a tremendous amount of talent. It'll be a challenge.
When we come back, flipping out late night in Houston and a Longhorn in the NBA Finals after this.